Late good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Brian Bridges Show. Welcome to the Brian Bridges Show, hosted by God First Christ Gang Media News. Y'all come on in for a brief moment. Happy holidays to some people out there who actually celebrate the holidays. But as believers, we know that we are not actually supposed to celebrate these type of days, you all. But to each his own for those that do, you all. Tonight, I want to talk about a robbery. Too much and too often this is happening in our Black community. This is something that I find hard to understand at my particular age, because this new generation is on to a new thing, you all. It's very bad, this situation here, because this sentence carries a sentence of 5 to 99 years. Now, 5 to 99 years, I mean, is it really worth your life to actually put yourself in a situation such as this, you all? Again, I want to talk about this tonight because it is absolutely killing the young generation. It's putting themselves in a situation to where they may not have a future at all when it comes to this particular crime, you all. I don't know if it's the rap music or actually what these youngsters are actually thinking out there nowadays. But this is something that we want to go over tonight. As this young man who was out on a $200 bond happened to go up in another place and rob this same particular community, you all. But again, this is a very crazy situation because you are putting yourself in a bad situation. You go to these places thinking you are going to hit you a quick lick and come out in 30 seconds, and then you wind up going to some of these places and actually committing murder, you all. I mean, now these type of things can happen so fast, it don't take but 60 seconds to actually get yourself a life sentence. You thinking you're going somewhere to do something, and when these people have actually worked hard for the things that they have. People have actually worked hard to build their businesses and their communities and things that they have on their own possessions. It just baffles me how these young men can actually run up on people and try to take their cars. Here in Houston, we just had a pregnant woman who had actually blasted this young man who was attempting to rob her and her husband at a gas station, you all. Now, when a pregnant lady have to come out and defend not only herself, but the people around her, man, we have a real problem, you all. And again, it is something that is absolutely going on in not just in the Black communities, but also in other communities, you all. But it is a very serious topic and something that we should address, because if you are out here and you are a person that have a problem keeping your hands to yourself, not touching and taking things that do not belong to you, then this is the place you need to be. You need to come in here and get some of this knowledge, something that I can tell you that may possibly change your life. Because once you get yourself in a situation to get arrested and you go to prison, you better not steal nothing from one of them boys up in prison. You better not go in there thinking you're going to steal some deodorant, some soap, some toothpaste. I don't care if it's some pencils. Man, these dudes will stick you. They will do something bad to you. The worst people are in prison besides a rapist. These are the people who actually get the hardest, the hardest people, and other men and inmates. Man, they will beat you to death in this place behind you that came in there and stole something that do not belong to you, you all. Again, man, this is a very crazy thing, and a lot of these dudes actually get their second chance. Now, I do believe in second chances. I wasn't always no good at two shoes. I did not always walk the straight line. I didn't hustle, been to prison, did all the things that I could possibly do to tell you what I'm telling you tonight. You know, again, if you have friends that are encouraging you to go different places and take stuff that don't belong to you, you heading down a path of destruction. You are heading down a path to death, you are. Good evening, bro, Carl. Tonight, yeah, man, we talking about these dudes, these young dudes, mostly between 17 and 35 that are actually out here committing these type of crimes, you know. And if you are an OG or a big homie in any neighborhood, these are the first people that you need to eliminate because these type of people will hurt somebody. You know, like I said, some of these people, they may not have the intentions to hurt the people. They may have intentions to go in some of these places and get them a little change and get on. But some people, they don't have all the right faculties. You know, some people, you might go in there with somebody and it might be your homeboy that pulled the trigger. You know, accidents happen, things happen fast, man, and you cannot change these situations. You cannot, once that gun is fired, you cannot call back the bullet. You cannot bring the bullet back to your firearm, you know, to prevent somebody from being harmed, you all. And then why put yourself in a situation to be shot? I said that why put yourself in a situation to be shot or hurt by somebody that's defending their own property? Because everybody not going to be willing to just give you their stuff, you all. And, you know, a lot of times dudes have a situation where they think they got the upper hand. And then the next thing you know, it may be a pedestrian, somebody that just have a gun carry permit. There's so many guns on the street now, you don't know who is the police. You don't know who is going to come out with some kind of weapon to defend somebody or to defend their own property, which everybody have a right to do, you all. And this is something, again, that's baffling to me. Like I said, some of these dudes, they get out, they get their second chances, and then they go back to doing the same doggone thing. You know, man, that's just absolutely crazy for people to think they're gonna do the same thing and get a different result from the same action, you know, from the same stupid, dumb action, you all. Again, this stuff do not belong to you. Why go somewhere and take something that do not belong to you? And again, how long you think that's gonna last? I'm pretty sure this dude is regretting every minute of everything he's never done because now the minimum for aggravated assault, do y'all not understand that the minimum is 5 years? The max is 99 years. I mean, them people can give you 80, 60, 75 years and not blink an eye and go home and go to sleep like nothing ever happened. You know, and then you sitting somewhere in a prison, you don't have no family, you can't take care of your children, you know, you can't be helpful, you can't help your parents, you can't help your grandmother, things of this nature. You are worthless. You become a number. You gonna become just a statistic, is what I'm saying, you all. Again, this is very crazy. I don't understand how this ever was a hustle. I said I don't understand how this ever was a hustle. You know, I can see people being in a bad situation, want to take them some little change, maybe hustle a little grass, maybe hustle a little something that won't kill somebody. Then that's a little different, you know. But it's a crime, and it also requires a punishment. For every action is a reaction. So if you decide to be out there doing this type of thing and living this kind of lifestyle, then you are headed for disaster, man. Times are changing now. Things are not the same as they used to be, you all. So again, you need to second guess your trade. You need to find something you could do, like truck driving or welding or something. Do something that the commodity will always need. Ask people if you need ideas. Don't go out here and take something from somebody else. It is not a good idea, you all. But again, if you all are joining me for the first time tonight, we always read the news article here first, and then we share the news clip so people can also get a better understanding of these situations. A lot of times these different analysts may give you a narrative that you may not understand. So this is what we are here for, to kind of talk about these different things so that we can all share and grow and help change our community together, you all. So again, before I go off into this brief article, copyright disclaimer under Title 17, USC Section 107, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, education, and personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use. Tips to balance in favor of fair use, you all. So again, if you are joining me now, just catching in, we are talking about a case where a young man had the opportunity to really get out and kind of change his life. I'm pretty sure he had been down the path, like a lot of may have come from a broken situation, may come from an urban area where he feel like this is his only option, you all. But it is not your only option to go out here and rob something. And then the first thing you do when you decide you're going to have a weapon, instead of using this weapon for your own protection to protect you and your family, you think it's a pistol that you had been given or blessed with, might I have say, to actually go out here and take something from somebody else. This is not what they made guns for, you all. It is not for robbery. This is not what this is for, and it puts such a black eye on the black community and the rest of the people who have to come behind you all, because not only that, they are stereotyping our young kids just about everything. These kids can't go certain places with a hood on. They can't go certain places with dreadlocks and long hair and things of this nature, nappy hair. They put you right in the category with everybody else, and a lot of everybody want to look like, go around looking like a rapper or something. When you literally look crazy, if you ask me, you all. So teachers on, man. That's just not what this topic is about. It's about these young fools out here that's actually participating in crimes such as robbery, theft, and like I say again, all this kind of stuff is just a small gateway to a potential murder. It's something that can easily happen because again, this piece on the ran out the back of this place, they done fired a shot at this man. Now he got an attempted murder case, on top of aggravated robbery. And then what is you gonna actually get out of one of these places from a piece of place? $300, $400, $500. It could have been $80 in there. Had these people known or thought about what they was actually doing. Now it's $80, $500, $1,000, worked 5 years of your life, or worked 99 years of your life. You need to rethink this, you all. Again, this is a pole hustle. I don't know which rap group ever promoted something like this. Whoever it is out there that actually is creating this kind of content for our children to think that this some cool stuff, man, is doing the wrong thing, man, and they gonna probably burn in hell with the rest of them demons, you all. So again, I just want to talk about this tonight, you all. So thank you for joining me. Let me get straight off into this news topic again. It said, man accused of Cleveland piece of robbery and beating was free on a $200 bond in a similar case. So again, this man had done this before. You know, this is something that becomes a person's MO. That becomes, you know, the MO. You all. So it's something that they do repeatedly. You know, some people become institutionalized. They don't know nothing else but to do something dumb and stupid. You all. And again, this is real stupid when you have been given a second chance, when you have been given a $200 cash bond to actually be free again, to actually give you a chance to get yourself together. You know, because people make mistakes, people make bad decisions. But when you're doing stuff over and over and over again, then you don't deserve to be out here with everybody else. You don't deserve to be on the streets with my friends or with my nieces or with my children or with my community. You know, we don't want people like you nowhere in our neighborhoods, you know, and I hope all you jackers and mackers and whatever y'all think y'all may be, just leave, just go somewhere on the island by yourself, you know, and rob yourself. And that's what you do, you know, figure that out. So it said Cleveland, Ohio, 19 News have learned that a man suspected of robbery at a Broadway pizza at gunpoint and brutally beating two people inside was out of jail at the time on a low bond of just $200 for a previous robbery, you all. So this is a dude, again, that do not care, that is institutionalized. He'll take anybody with him to go rob something, you know. This is the type of people we do not want around. We don't want them. This ain't nobody we gonna call over to the barbecue to come out and hang out. This ain't nobody I want to go fishing with later or nothing like this. I mean, these kind of dudes don't need to be nowhere in our community, and y'all need to start running them out the community. You don't want to be no snitch, whatever you call it. Then get them up out of there yourself. You be the police. Police your own neighborhood is what you need to do and be thinking about. It said the county judge on that case set the bond at $2,000 and allowed the suspect to post just 10%, y'all. So again, he was given a second chance on the $2,000 bond. That was again $200 to get out. It said, but aggravated robbery suspect Terrence Travick was also wanted by the courts for failing to appear for two potential hearings related to crimes facing you all. So again, when the people give you a court date and they tell you to come and show up to this court date, wherever it may be, because again, if you out here doing the wrong, living your life wrong, then you can't expect for nothing but some bad to come to happen. But the moment you don't show up for court, you all, then immediately a warrant is issued for you all. So the next day, when you wake up, it's a warrant out for you. You know you ain't go to court. You know you ain't show up for probation and things of this nature. Then you have to face those kind of consequences. And ain't no running from the police when you get these certain kind of robbery warrants and things of this nature. Because you just asking for them people to come shoot you dead somewhere. I said that's what they'll do, and say they done it on accident. You know, you just gonna be another dude gone. You know, and that's what's stupid about some of these situations, you all. So again, it say, but aggravated robbery suspect such I told y'all was also wanted by the court for failing to appear for two previous hearings related to crimes he was facing. The U.S. Marshals are now offering a award for information leading to the arrest of the 36-year-old in Garfield Heights. It said on June 15th, on robbery on Broadway Pizza Inn, Slavic Village was captured on surveillance cameras, you all. So again, it's cameras everywhere. It's somebody always watching. You know, if you think it ain't a camera there, it's gonna be a camera at the light. When you pull up to the light, all you gotta do is look up. Y'all gonna see cameras up there. They everywhere now, you all. So again, why go somewhere put yourself in a bad situation. They went in there with no mask, like they was like they owned the place. Like they was coming to pick up the money that the customers had left, you all. And this was crazy. And then man, let me just, like I say, man, some of these stories have me upset and emotional, y'all. So excuse me when I have to kiss myself sometime. It said Cleveland detectives identified the suspect in that video as Treasurer, you all. It said the video details shows a savage attack. Traywick was accused of grabbing the pizza shop woman by the hair and slamming her face on the desk, you all. So again, just what I'm saying is just like these robbers, man. It's always something, man. You gotta, try to control people when you enter a place, and that's gonna cause assault. You get an assault for that, then you go somewhere, you put your hands on them people. Not only do you have an aggravated robbery, but now you have an assault. So again, he slammed the woman's face on the thing, pointed the gun at the lady head. You ain't got to do all that, like I say, you go to some of these places and you tell them what you need, or you in a bad situation, you ask people for help. Don't go try to take their stuff and put yourself in a bad situation. It said that he slammed her face on the counter and holding her a gun to her head while threatening to pull the trigger. Traywick and the second man who accused of beating a man who was just there helping the pizza shop that night. You also, again, they also assaulted another a patron who was actually there trying to help the people clean up. Probably trying to hustle from some food, may get a box of pizza, a free box of pizza, or some leftover wings or something, for helping clean up around this particular establishment. You all, they also assaulted and beat that man up. Like I said, again, that's crazy because, again, you going to rob somebody, you got to gain control of everybody in the room. This is what you got to do. If you want to be some kind of robber, a gangster, this is what you got to do, again. And this is how people get hurt. This is how people get shot, trying to defend themselves, maybe trying to get away, maybe trying to run. But then you putting your hands on these people, that's another case, that's what I'm saying. Then this more bull cone and more bull cone and more bull cone. It said the victim, Tammy Irwin, was both angry and shocked after learning that the suspect of holding a gun on her head was free on a $200,000 bond. On a $200 bond, you all, excuse me. I think that's crazy and couldn't believe that when I heard it. I think that's crazy. But that's not all, you all. Terrence was also wanted for a missing potential hearing on the drug possession case where he initially paid a $500 bond. It said representative from the ABC bail bond who did not provide bail for the suspect, but tells the news he had the court ordered a surely bond. A bondman would have immediately went to work to find him and take it into custody, you all, for violating conditions. So again, you all, once you get a cash bond, you are actually able to kind of get out, but once you use a bond company, then you are adding the laws, then the U.S. Marshal can actually come out and arrest you, you all. So this is another thing that you need to know. If you're going to be living a life of crime, if you think you're going to go out here and be robbing and taking things from people and suffer no consequences, that's what's baffling to me, because most of these dudes, they don't want to go to jail, but they want to go out here and still hurt other people and take things that don't belong to them. I mean, work for what you want. Get out there and find you a job and save and be patient. And then you can have the things that you want and need, you all. So again, This is what this is actually about, you know. So again, man, I'm gonna take the time to show you all the brief news clip on this dumb act, might I say. But again, man, like I say, this is dumb. For people to be actually out here doing this, man, I don't absolutely do not understand what's wrong with this generation, because we was on something cool, you know. We used to like to dance and sit up and watch girls do their thing and things of this nature. We thought we was actually some player kids, you know, things of this nature. You know, we was from a different breed and a different area. We did not. It might be 100 people. It might be one to every 100 person. You know, we knew people that actually committed, done these type of things, and most of these dudes was the bullies of the neighborhood. You know, they had actually, to me, given up on life. When you go out there and you think you're gonna be robbing, running in the stores, and catching people at the corner store and taking things from them. You know, like I said, again, putting yourself in a bad situation is really crazy, and one of the most dangerous hustles you can ever think about doing, you all. So again, because police say this holdup was part of a one-man crime spree. People asking why he was still out on the streets. Michelle Next live right now with the breaking details. Like I say, my main thing is not about the bonds and all this type of thing. You know, I just want to really talk about robbery. You know, people going out here and doing things that they have no business doing. You don't even have the the reason to be robbing somebody. I don't care what situation you in, man. It's always a different solution to this particular thing, you all, because again, you just making the situation worse, you know, because eventually you are going to get caught. And you know, this is one thing that, like I said, a lot of people fail to realize once they cross these kind of lines. It's like an adrenaline rush when you actually run up in here and take something that don't belong to you in a short amount of time, and you think you done something really cool, but you done something that's really foolish. You know, like I said, it just baffles me, man. But I wish it would stop. I wish it would stop in every community. You all, to be exact.
Another armed robbery when police say he robbed Broadway Pizza at gunpoint and brutally assaulted two people inside. Now that suspect's still on the run tonight. One of his victims telling me she feels the justice system has failed her. Are you paying for this? Anybody who I'm doing. This savage assault at gunpoint on Broadway Pizza Shop employee Tammy Irwin on June 15th was a violent crime caught on camera. The suspects involved never attempted to hide their faces and also savagely beat another man who was at the pizza shop that night.
I thought I was going to die. I really thought I was going to die.
Don't move. Hey, don't get that. A bullet nearly missed the pizza shop owner, who ran and called 911. Victim Tammy Irwin, both angry and shocked to learn the man suspected of holding a gun to her head, Terrence Trawick, was free on a bond of just $200 at the time for another armed robbery back in August of 2022. A judge allowed him to pay just 10% of a $2,000 bond.
I think that's crazy. Yeah, I couldn't believe that when I heard it. I was like, that's crazy.
But that's not all. Trawick was wanted by 4 law enforcement agencies on 4 separate crimes, as well as missing court appearances in Cuyahoga County. No one was even trying to hunt him down, in part because his low...
And see, like I say, you know, they talking about a low bond, but I'm talking about the actual act itself. And then again, when you're doing this over and over, you don't want to be out here. You don't want to be free. You don't want to be out here with the normal people. I mean, you can't stop touching stuff that don't belong to you, man, and putting yourself in danger. Firing guns at other people. I mean, where you think your life is gonna head? I mean, how you think you're gonna get out of a situation like this, man? It's one of the most dumbest things that you can actually do. Besides, if it took you a whole week to make the same money that you was gonna get in that little piece of place, man. I mean, again, this is stupid. And for all kind of older dudes who think they in the hood and they think they enticing some other young people to commit these type of crimes, then you a sorry ass man. You a sorry individual to actually be out there enticing people to do things like this. And me for myself, me in my hood, and this was one of the reasons why I didn't want to be a hood dude no more. I didn't want to be the OG, the big homie no more. I didn't want to entice young men to do dumb shit. This is something that we need to not do in the communities, in the hood, in the neighborhoods where we live, where our grandmothers live, where our relatives live, and things of this nature. We don't want people in the hood like this, man. You need to go find something that you can do, to help the community, that you can do to help your family. Because again, once they take you off the streets, you're not a help to nobody. You can't help nobody. You can't help yourself. You can't help your kids. You're going to get behind in that, and you're going to lose everything, man, behind some dumb action, action that you can easily prevent yourself from doing. Again, for every action is a reaction. And for dudes out here robbing and living this kind of lifestyle, man, you heading for a disaster, you heading for a dead end, and you heading for a path of destruction. Again, I didn't want to hold everybody too long. Y'all enjoy y'all day, and prayerfully we'll see y'all again tomorrow. God for Christ gang. Peace. We got y'all. Blessings. Thank you, bro. Call. Later. Peace.